I'm Hollie Woods, and this is Totally Tubular Trivia. No aimless gab, just the most bodacious nostalgia you've ever experienced. Before I begin the trivia fun, it's time to reveal the answer to last week's radical riddle. The pointiest way to define the rock age is the flying V guitar. Honestly, trying to play one of those sitting down is a total fail. You basically have to stand in a power pose just to keep it from sliding off your leg. It's a musical beast that doubles as a weapon if the crowd gets too rowdy. Anyway, let's get on with the show. I've got 10 gnarly questions to test your 80s IQ. So grab a new Coke and let's go.
Question 1. Movies.
In 1982, Alan Parker directed a surreal rock opera based on a massive double album. Which masterpiece features a protagonist named Pink who slowly loses his mind behind a metaphorical barricade? The answer is The Wall. Lead actor Bob Geldof improvised the scene where he shaves his entire body. He was only supposed to shave his eyebrows, but he got so into it, he just kept the razor moving. He finished the movie looking like a human bowling pin. Apparently, the look in the 80s was either 12 cans of hairspray or none at all.
Question 2. Music.
This queen of goth led a post-punk band known for hits like Cities and Dust and Hong Kong Garden. What was the name of the legendary frontwoman and her band? The answer is Susie and the Banshees. Susie's heavy eyeliner and teased hair launched 1,000 goth ships. Like, if you didn't even go through at least 3 cans of Aqua a week, were you even trying to be edgy?
Question 3. TV.
He's a sarcastic, cat-loving alien from the planet Melmac who crashed into a suburban garage. What was the name of this furry TV star? The answer is Alf. Alf stood for Alien Life Form, but his real name was Gordon Shumway. The puppet was so hard to operate that the floor was full of trapdoors, making the set a total minefield for the human actors. Imagine tripping into a hole because a puppet wanted a snack.
Question 4. Fashion.
In 1984, the band Frankie Goes to Hollywood took over fashion with oversized white t-shirts. What did these famous shirts tell everyone to do? The answer is relax. These were actually based on the Katharine Hamnett Choose Life t-shirts that Wham had already worn in the Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go video. George Michael did it first, but Frankie made it a total shouting match in black block letters.
Question 5. Pop culture.
This subcompact hatchback arrived in the U.S. from Yugoslavia in 1985 with a price tag just under $4,000. What was the name of this infamously unreliable bargain car? The answer is the Yugo. It was so light that owners joked the rear window defroster was only there to keep your hands warm while you pushed it. A stiff breeze was a serious challenge for that little engine. That car was grody to the max. If you managed to survive a ride in a Yugo without it falling apart, you were basically a local hero. Anyway, since we're mid-episode, let's ride into our commercial break trivia question. We're moving from the driveway to the kitchen for this infomercial classic.
Question 6. Commercials.
The These blades were famous for commercials where they sliced through a tin can and then immediately cut a tomato paper thin. What were they called? The answer is Ginsu knives. The Japanese name was totally made up by marketers because it sounded sharp and exotic. Before the ads, they were just called Eversharp. But that doesn't have the same ring to it when you're like threatening an aluminum can at 2 a.m.
Question 7. Food.
Long before hard seltzers, these fruity, fizzy drinks were the staple of every 80s barbecue. What was this category of citrusy, wine-based drinks called? The answer is wine coolers. These were essentially the gateway drink of the decade, mixing cheap white wine with fruit juice and enough sugar to give a dentist a heart attack. They were so sugary that if you spilled one at a party in 1986, the floor would stay sticky until approximately 1989.
Question 8. Video games.
This 1982 arcade game features a bouncy lunar rover jumping over craters and shooting UFOs. What was the name of this legendary scrolling shooter? The answer is Moon Patrol. This game pioneered 3D backgrounds. They didn't really help your aim.
Boing.
Trying to jump craters while shooting UFOs was like playing hopscotch on a trampoline. Most of us spent more time exploding in the dust than actually patrolling the neighborhood.
Question 9. Toys.
This toy allowed you to mix and match plastic tiles and rub a crayon over a piece of paper to create a custom wardrobe. What was this craft kit called? The answer is fashion plates. Every girl in the 80s used these until the black rubbing crayon was a tiny, useless nub. You could create thousands of outfits, yet somehow every single one ended up looking like a backup dancer for Cyndi Lauper.
Question 10. Celebrities.
This dude played a high school nerd in 16 Candles and a total stud with a boombox in Say Anything. Which actor is a real-life black belt in kickboxing? The answer is John Cusack. When John was a little grommet, his big sister Anne cast him in a home play of Cinderella. She was the lead, his other sister Joan was the stepsister, and John's big role? He played the family dog. You survived the wall, the knives, and the moon. Congratulations. Thanks for chilling out. But before you go make a mixtape, I'm leaving you with the radical riddle to think about until the next episode. I'm a bright red tank with a button of white. Landing colorful rings takes all of your might. With one thumb pump, the bubbles will rise to loop every hoop right before your eyes. What am I? Think about it. I'm Hollie Woods, and I'll reveal the answer next time right here on Totally Tubular Trivia. Be excellent to each other.